This is the all-new Insta360 One RS 1-inch 360 edition, and that is 8 numbers in the name of this little camera. It's a mouthful. Now, this thing is larger, it's heavier, it's more expensive, and it's not waterproof like its predecessors. So it seems like things are going downhill, but in fact, they are not. So let's dive in and take a closer look at this new camera. To start, this is a modular action camera, just like the Insta360 RS. This is good news because if you already have the RS core, as they call it, then all you need is to get an upgrade kit with a battery pack and the dual lens. It comes together much like a simple puzzle, and then there is a cage here that clips it all together into one seamless piece. The One RS core we have seen before, nothing new there. However, to make it all fit together, you do have to remove the little cover over the USB and SD card port. This is what the battery pack plugs into, which is a simple piece with a tripod mount at the bottom and a USB-C port on the side for charging. With these two pieces together, you can slide them into this cage that protects them on 3 sides and has a little door to cover the USB-C charging port. Then you can clip into place the giant dual 1-inch CMOS sensor 360 module, which is co-engineered with Leica and has branding to reflect that. Probably part of the reason this 360 camera isn't as cheap as the previous model. The sensors are really the star of the show here because they are 1 inch times 2 versus the older sensors, which is a 1/2.3, so less than half of an inch sensor of old, which means this is about 4x the sensor size. Here is a little graphic I found on the internet to demonstrate the difference, which is roughly, again, 4x. Think of it as going from 1080p resolution to 4K, which is why the camera as a whole has to be bigger. There are 2 of these 1-inch sensors in this module. The result of all of this is better low light performance and the potential for much higher resolution. And we do have a resolution bump. The 5.7K got bumped to 6K, which doesn't seem like a lot. However, think of it like moving from a 24 megapixel micro four thirds sensor to a 26 megapixel full frame sensor. While the resolution hasn't changed by much, the resulting pixels are much larger, giving us more light gathering ability and therefore better performance. The unfortunate part is that the 6K video is limited to 30 frames per second, and once you reframe and crop in your shot, you are left with effectively the same resolution as before. Flow state stabilization, which Insta360 is now well known for, is alive and well in this model with its horizon lock and crazy stabilization algorithms. This includes the invisible selfie stick. However, this camera takes things a step further, allowing you to add a mic adapter that they cleverly call the invisible mic cold shoe, and with this you can connect your Rode Wireless Go and Go 2 for an awesome vlog setup with a wireless lav. Insta360 did not send me that adapter, and I don't own either one of those microphones, so I'm just gonna settle by giving you guys a standard built-in microphone test. Okay, here is an audio test of this new 360 1-inch camera outside with traffic, and you can tell here it's probably not going to be amazing, but this is what you get. Okay, what else is there on this camera? It is IPX3 water resistant, which is not waterproof. So while you can be around water and be in the rain, you won't be submerging this 360 camera without a waterproof case. The last thing that I'll say is that the 360 editing situation is awesome with Insta360. You can edit with the Premiere Pro plugin, with their own Insta360 Studio, or through the app on your phone. And reframing and modifying your shot is nice and simple, whichever route you choose. So let's talk about the performance of this new 1-inch sensor 360 camera. Now at this point, we've all seen what 360 cameras are capable of and the crazy shots that you can get with them, but just how much better is the larger sensor compared to older models? The answer is complicated. The footage is absolutely better, details are more crisp, and the difference in nighttime or even lower light footage is significant. But the thing is, it doesn't look as significant as it could or even as it should, because at the end of the day, you are still cropping in quite a bit into a 6K image. You'll be happy to pull out a 1080p resolution video in many cases. And that's why most professional grade 360 cameras, even Insta360's own Pro cameras are 8K resolution and higher. That's not to say that you won't notice an improvement in image quality with this 1-inch sensor, because you absolutely will. The 360 video coming out of this version is much more detailed, even in bright daytime. Grain in video is significantly reduced, sharpness looks much better, and detail is increased. When you move to shooting at night, things look even better still, as the larger sensors make light gathering a much easier task for the camera. Stabilization, as far as I can tell, remains unchanged. That is, it's very good. You can run around with the selfie stick and do crazy moves and still walk away with smooth, cropped footage. This 360 camera also can take 21 megapixel photos if you want to do that, and again, it is IPX3 water resistant, which is really splash resistant. And that brings me to negatives, and really there are only a couple of small things. The first is that this is not a waterproof 360 camera. Again, the old one I submerged into water multiple times. With this one, you have to be careful. You can splash it, you can use it in the rain, but again, you're not going to be using this underwater without a dive case. The second thing is getting access to the charging port is easy because you have a flip out clasp here, but if you want to get access to the SD card slot, you have to do this. So you remove the top, you open the little side door, you slide the 2 units out, you take the pieces apart, and now you can get to the SD card. So basically, I've completely taken apart my 360 camera at this point just to get access to this little SD card. And so if you're out in the wild and you're wanting to quickly transfer to a laptop to edit, you have to pull everything apart, which is not the most convenient thing in the world. And last, all of this co-engineering with Leica and the branding on these sensors is going to cost you significantly more money than the smaller censored version of this 360 camera. This is where I'm perhaps a little bit too harsh on this new 1-inch censored 360 camera, because in reality, this is not an updated version of the 1X2. In fact, it is a brand new product line. So while the 1X2 series is more for sports and general use for those who want to make content and post on social media, this new 1-inch version is more for high-end cinematic filmmaking instead of action and extreme sports. That's perhaps why it is not completely waterproof, because it's designed for a different type of user. Certainly, if you are casually shooting YouTube videos and want to throw in a 360 shot every once in a while, the $400 1X2 will suit you just fine. But if you are going to make the jump to the 1-inch version, you just have to make sure that the improved image quality will be noticed and will be worth the price tag. At the end of the day, this is an impressive 360 camera. You have to hand it to Insta360 for producing something that is really pretty revolutionary. So that is my review of this new 360 camera. I hope you guys enjoyed it and you learned something from it. Special thank you goes out to Insta360 for sending this thing out for review and for continually supporting this channel. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are down in the description, not description, but down in the comments below. And if you want links to purchasing this thing, check those out in the description as well. There is a cheaper option to get your hands on this, and that is the upgrade kit. If you already have either a 1R core or a 1RS core, that upgrade kit is $649, but it's currently out of stock. So if it comes back in stock, it's certainly a good way to save a few $100 or 150 bucks. That's it for me. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.